Alright you guys, so This Is Us Season 2 Episode 2 is out and I have a recap for you. Alright, so I have a This Is Us Season 2 Episode 2 recap for you guys. If you guys did not watch the episode last night, do not fear because I do have a summary for you guys and I hope that it is hopefully good enough for you guys to just get that recap or get that summary that you guys are missing out on. If you have not already, make sure that you go ahead and give this a like. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you guys can get a little bit more insight and info and my theories and stuff like that because it's gonna be pretty cool. So here are a few little things that you guys might have missed in this week's episode. One thing that I did want to point out was Jack's keychain has a flag on it. Now again, this can kind of go back to last week's episode. If you guys do see, there is a scene where Rebecca is driving home with Jack's belongings. Usually get belongings of somebody when they have passed away, and in the bag we do see that these same keys are in there. The keys have a little flag on it. Another thing that you guys might have missed was that Beth, sweet little Beth, was a hippie dreadlock pothead back in college. Now this is kind of crazy. We find this out because she does go into Kevin's trailer and Kevin is talking about how Randall never liked to take any risk, but that he took a risk with Beth because he fell in love with a hippie that had dreadlocks. And it's funny because now that he says that, it does make a lot of sense. We do see that in season 1 she does get along really well with William, and I don't know if this has anything to do with the fact that one time she did catch William with marijuana and she tells him, you know what, I used to smoke marijuana back in college. So that's kind of crazy. If the green made people bond and brings people closer, I don't know, maybe that's a campaign that they're gonna use in the future. Who knows? Now, from our knowledge that we have now, that Beth was a hippie smoking pot person back then, so that is a little interesting. Another thing that is kind of funny to think about is, who did Beth really fall in love with? Did she fall in love with Randall or did she fall in love with Kevin? We see that Kevin not only is just spilling the beans on everything about Randall, but he does say that Randall's little pickup line that he used on Beth that won her over was indeed from him, and that basically everything from then on that he ever told Beth was coming from his mouth. And he even said that he would listen in on the conversations that they had on the phone. So who knows? We do see that she does get grossed out and runs out of the trailer and goes to find Randall and does tell Randall like, oh, I heard that your brother was the one who used to say all this kind of stuff. And when she hugs Randall, we can see that Randall has a bothered face because, you know, his brother just exposed him. So maybe this is gonna be confronted in a future episode. Who knows? But that does go against the bro code. Like, you keep these things between yourselves. So that is a little interesting. Does she have the hots for Kevin still? That's why she ran away. Did it bring back butterflies? Who knows? Alright, so for the longest I always thought that Rebecca was Jack's rock, but now I'm starting to see that maybe I had this wrong all along. So something that you guys might have missed was when they were in the car driving home, Rebecca does ask Jack, what made you stop the first time? And one thing that I didn't catch on until the end of the episode was that it is actually Kate. It wasn't Rebecca that made him stop, it was Kate. Jack goes to go pick up Kate from school, or not really say pick up, he just goes to the school, she gets in the truck, and you see that they have a very good heartfelt moment between each other. They're talking, and what she does is she just grabs her father by the face, and you can just see that this is just a gesture of pure love. Like, there's just this connection, like, I'm here, everything's gonna be okay. That is something that made him stop the first time. But again, we are just brought back to what you could say is the present, where he relapses the second time, and we see that he goes into Kate's room because he needs to tell her the truth. He says that this is something that he didn't want to keep from her, because again, you could say that they are best friends, they have this really good bond. He tells her the truth, and again we see the same gesture repeated again. She grabs her father's face, he's crying, but she doesn't even have to say any words. You can just see that this gesture is, I am here for you, I love you, like, we're gonna get through this together. And we can see right then and there, she's his motivation. If the family isn't, then Kate is the main reason why he decided to just quit his drinking problem and sober up because of his daughter and the love that he has for his daughter. And for me, when I was watching that, it did make me tear up a little bit because it was just such a sweet moment. You could see it was very heartfelt and really just get into the bond, how their relationship was. And I can see now that later on, well, we know that Kate says that she does feel like she has a part to do with her father's death. I think it's gonna hurt a little bit more now that I'm starting to see really how their relationship was when we do find out how he died. I think it's gonna really hit home. Toby is making pigs in the blanket for Miguel because he's trying to win over Miguel's favor in hopes of winning also the mom. But we end up seeing that that is not how you win Rebecca's favor. He won Rebecca's favor at the end when he tells her, you know what, do not try to get me to be on your side. I'm always gonna be on Kate's side. Kate is number one, Team Kate forever. So that was, I guess, for the mom in retrospect, just a memory of how supportive Jack was, and for her to see that Toby can be a Jack to her daughter was enough for her to say, I approve. So 5 things that drove Jack to drinking was 1, work. We see that at work he's getting like constant complaints about files and paperwork and stuff like that. Another thing that did bring him to drinking was his family. We see that his kids are fighting. He's like, hey. So family stress is also another thing. We know that he had problems in his marriage. We also know that his father was a big influence on his drinking as well, and he was also in the war. But we'll see next week what happens. Like I said, this is gonna be a wrap. I hope that you guys like it. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to hit the little bell so you guys can be part of my notification squad. Also, if you guys did not know already, I am raffling off, or not raffling off, but I'm going to be giving away this really cool teeth whitening kit. So if you guys have not already, go ahead and check out the other video. I'm gonna have it like as one of the cards up here, so you guys can go ahead and click it and go to that video. Follow the steps so you guys can be in the drawing, and when it is time, I will be giving this box away. Do not forget to follow all of the steps. I know that a lot of people have been letting me know that they are in it, so you guys are in the drawings as well. But if you already were a subscriber and you want to win this kit, just go ahead and let me know in the comment box below that you guys were subscribed and that you guys liked the video, and I'll put you guys in the drawing as well. But like I said, that's going to be a wrap. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next.